Today, on Starfield Essentials, I round out 2025 by showcasing a bunch of free mods. They include Can't Touch Me, Diplomatic Pass, Andreja's Walk, Radon City, Pytheas System, Justice for Proxima, See Day Length When Landing, Readable Suit Protection Warnings, Vehicle Hazard Protection, and more Survey Missions Alternate. My name is Richard. Let's get started. First, Can't Touch Me Diplomatic Pass by TCal01, available on Nexus Mods. This mod enables characters to have a lore-friendly way to evade contraband scans in orbit. It gives players the option to obtain a diplomatic pass that permits transporting contraband, provided the player meets certain requirements. For the UC Vanguard, Freestar Rangers, and Ryujin, you have to complete the entire faction quest. For the Crimson Fleet, you can buy a pass from a new addition to the key called Parker, or Parker, as we would say from my Boston days. Players can buy a contraband pass from Parker for 250,000 credits. Parker also buys contraband from the player. This pass is the perfect complement to pirate missions that require the player to be a courier for contraband. That is what I demonstrate here. I just bought my pass. Let's go over to the mission board for the pirates. And there is a Smuggle Black Market Antiquities to Mars mission. This is a perfect way to show off transporting contraband. And there is my contraband, my crate of Black Market Antiquities. Now we're going to try to go to Mars and we'll get the warning that I do have contraband. But when I jump into the system, there is no scanning. No one is bothering me. Can't touch me. And I'm going to land on Mars. We'll see what happens there. And we get mission completion. Delivery of my crate of Black Market Antiquities to Mars worked, thanks to my diplomatic pass. And it turns out there was even one other bonus. When I went to Monaki to sell some stuff, I found in my aid section that there was Aurora waiting there. So I sold that. Great mod. Next, Andreja's Walk.
A Starborn? I have heard of stranger things.
This mod is by Nahruuk, and it's available free on Creations. It's for players who want to, well, change Andreja's Walk. This is vanilla Andreja. I've got some footage of her. It's kind of funny following her down the hallway, but this is for comparison purposes. So this is without the mod. You can see how she's walking down that corridor. She has a very distinctive look. Let's see if we can get ahead of her and look backwards now. Here she is coming towards us, walking down the hall. So I saw this mod on Creations and I thought, let me give this a shot. Let's see what it does. And here is the modded version. Let's look for differences. After looking at this footage several times, I can see the differences a lot clearer now. You can tell with the mod, Andreja does less of moving her upper body sort of stiffly with her shoulders sort of pointing forward and backward when she's walking. Here, her upper body is a lot more relaxed, and she just seems to be walking with a little more ease. And now she's stuck. I've seen this with NPCs sometimes. When my other NPCs get close to them, they stop moving. So one way to handle that is to grab the Incapacificator 3000. And sorry about that, Pirate Captain and Astrid. Even though those NPCs were behind Andreja, she got stopped there. So I like this mod. Good job, Nahruuk. Next is Radon City by PhillyeSteak, free on Creations and Nexus Mods. This is a new settlement on Vole Alpha, and I'll show you a little bit of it. First, let's take a look at the exterior. We'll jump into the S47 speeder bike. You can see the front of it looks like neon, and the outside of it looks like neon as well. So we'll just zip around a little bit here and see what we've got. There's another ship located over there. I like it though. If it were obviously a straight up copy of neon, there wouldn't be anything to it, but the fact that it kind of looks like neon without being neon is pretty cool. From the air here, I can see a couple issues. There's a gap in the map that you can see there, so that needs to be addressed. And the second one is there's some sort of a ship or platform off to the left. If we take a close look at that, you're going to see some issues. So let's take a boost over to that ship. I thought that was pretty cool. It might be a neat little way to have almost a player home or something, but right away I discovered that there's an issue. The S-47 is now sitting above the ship, and my players are able to get out and walk around. And they can't interact with that vessel, unfortunately. And there's some kind of weird visualization effects also. Let's take a look inside. And I have to say, this is a very well-designed settlement, or POI. I like the looks of it. The modder, PhillyeSteak, put a lot of effort into it. Now, it's a work in progress, so if you try talking to any of the NPCs, they only have written dialogue. There's no voice dialogue here. And that NPC, so friendly. So happy that my character is visiting. But there's a lot here. You've got your chunks off in the distance. You've got... Actually, there's a... I'm not going to show them in the video because I want you to experience it for yourself. But there's some cool little additions put in there. Make sure you visit a place called the Clink. It's off to... I think it's off to the left after you come inside. But I really like the work that was put into this POI. So you might be wondering, what can you do here? Do you just walk around? Well, yeah, you can just walk around. But when I encounter new locations like this, I'll show you what I like to do. So now I've gone up to the very top of this POI, and I've pulled out my NPC spawner Danger Zone, which crafts a special grenade that will generate NPCs either friendly or hostile. So I'm generating a small group of Crimson Fleet to cause mayhem down in the POI. So that I either watch or I join in at some point and try to clear out the pirates. So it's kind of a way to simulate that the POI was attacked, and there we go. Yes, flee you cowards. I love Astrid. Oh, and I almost forgot. This site has its own it has its own dance club. Look at that. There's someone wearing Sarah's outfit. We got 2 synchronized dancers there. That's pretty good. So yeah, there's a new club in town. You don't have to go to the one in main Neon. You can go out to Radon City. You know, I think they actually did a better job than the club that's in the main vanilla game. I don't know if it's the selection of the dancers or the dance moves or whatever, but this place has got a little bit more life than the one in the vanilla game. Great job, PhillyeSteak. I hope you finish this mod. Next is Pytheas System by Starfield Eclipse, free on Creations and Nexus Mods. Fellow YouTubers, Starfield Eclipse started building this star system as a home for future mods. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with this system, probably building some quests and some other cool stuff. But for now, if you want to just go somewhere new and check out what's there, feel free to download Pytheas System. Starfield Eclipse also built the Proxima Centauri system in the Justice for Proxima mod, free on Creations. You'll find this near Alpha Centauri and Ptolemy on the map. And if you take a look at the star system, you'll see what scientists currently believe the star system will look like. You've got a sun, 3 planets, and 1 moon. And once again, this is a landscape for your own work or for future work by other modders or Starfield Eclipse. So thank you for creating 2 star systems for this video. Next is a set of small mods by PhillyeSteak. See day length when landing is available free on Creations and Nexus Mods. When landing, this mod will tell you how many UT hours are left before either sunrise or sunset. You can also equip the player with a sundial item that reports the same information when queried. To demonstrate this, I'll add this to my favorites so I can toggle it once I'm not in the main menu here. Then we'll exit, and now I will toggle it on the far right, and you'll see that I have 8.5 hours left to sunset. Next is Readable Suit Protection Warnings, available free on Creations and Nexus Mods. This is another information mod. You'll get warnings as your suit protection depletes. So watch the upper right, and it says protection depleted. Simple mod, but very useful. Our last mod from PhillyeSteak is Vehicle Hazard Protection. It's available free on Creations and Nexus Mods. And I tested the full protection option. This mod enables a vehicle to provide some or complete environmental protection to the player and companions. You can see when I was running around outside, my player was wearing a spacesuit, but now, once inside the S-47, the player doesn't need any protection. And there's a vehicle hazard protection listing on the right there that It doesn't seem to show full protection, but it definitely works. And once my player jumps out, it has to go back into the spacesuit. So this isn't the most realistic mod for an open-air vehicle, but for a closed vehicle, I think it's pretty cool. Finally, we have more Survey Missions Alternate on Nexus Mods. This is a rebuild of a previous mod. The net effect is to provide more survey jobs on the Constellation mission board. And here you can see I'm going to select, what am I going to pick here? I want to pick one that I have a chance to actually fulfill. I know some of these can be broken. Let's do Locate Chart Ecosystem in Albatani. If you like doing Constellation mission boards, I think this is the mod for you. Thank you, modders, for all of your work. And thank you to all my subscribers. Please consider subscribing to show YouTube that you enjoy positive and honest Starfield content. Special thanks to all channel members. I hope you're enjoying our private Discord server. If you'd like to know more about membership, click the join button on the channel. There's no obligation. I use your contributions to pay for drives for capturing footage and to buy creations to review. What have you been doing in Starfield? Your insights make this channel a place for positive and honest discussion of the game. In addition to videos, I also post to the community tab for this channel on a daily basis. If you subscribe, you'll see these posts in your YouTube feed. If you made it to this part of the video, please leave a comment with the phrase, Father Time. Also, remember to ring the bell icon and select all notifications. Check out my other videos, and please tell your friends about the channel. And here I am. It looks like I have found the Charred ecosystem, and I have fulfilled the Constellation mission board. My name is Richard. I will see you in the Starfield.
I don't take photos of people. Sorry. Whoa, what the? Oh, you nearly scared me to death. I never encounter anyone while I'm out here. I bet you say that to every random person you meet on strange planets. Oh, geez. You meant the actual literal view and not... Yeah, duh. Please don't stand in the way of my photography. Please, step back. I need space. Perfection.